43 past the hour. Beginning tomorrow, anyone in a mental health crisis will only have to call or text just 3 digits for help. 988. Advocates hope it will become widely known as 911. The National Suicide Prevention Hotline is made up of a network of 200 local crisis centers around the country and provides free and confidential support. Democratic Congressman Seth Moulton of Massachusetts joins us now. He's a Marine veteran and a member of the House Armed Services Committee. He co-sponsored the bill that made the new hotline possible. And Congressman, I want to read from a new piece in Time published this morning that you co-wrote with mental health advocate Zach Williams. And you write in part this: according to the National Alliance on Mental Illness, nearly half of the 60 million adults and children living with mental health conditions in the U.S. go without any treatment. Imagine if half the Americans who broke a leg never got any treatment at all. A call to 988 when you or a loved one is in a crisis can save a life. Talking about mental health care over the dinner table might just save even more. We need more Americans to realize that having a mental illness is no different than breaking a leg. You need to get help, and if you do, you will get better. Help us share this powerful truth across the land. This is a really great move. Thank you for doing this. It's so interesting. You want people to know about the service, and you also want feedback. Tell us about how this is going to work.
That's right. Well, we're so excited about this launch because it's been a long time in the making. It's 2 years since we first passed this bill that I co-authored in the House of Representatives. But it's not going to be perfect on day one. We know that when you first dialed 911, when that service first went live, not every call went to exactly the right fire station. So we want to know how to make this better. Make no mistake, this is going to save thousands of lives as soon as it is live, because like you said, so many Americans just don't get any help because they don't know where to turn. But if you use this service and you get better, also give us feedback, because we want to improve the service and make sure that nobody slips through the cracks.
It's completely confidential, 988. And, you know, once you dial that number, you will be connected to the best resources available to address your specific needs. And for a lot of people who are in crisis, just having a conversation with someone can keep the worst from happening. I mean, there's a lot of data out there about feeling alone being the worst part of it.
That's absolutely right. It's incredible what a difference it makes to talk to someone. There's an amazing statistic that the vast, vast majority of people who attempt suicide but don't succeed never try it again. They realize that that was a mistake and they wish they hadn't even tried. So if you can talk to someone in that moment of crisis, your life is probably going to be saved. The confidential part is really important too. You know, if you call, they're not going to send someone to your house. They're not going to call the police. They're not going to break down your door. If you're an LGBTQ plus youth and you don't want to talk about this with your parents, they're not going to call your parents. They're just going to talk you through this crisis and then get you to long-term resources that can help.
Congressman, good morning. It's, you know, just to listen to you talk about this, for all the complaints, and they're justified in most cases, about the inability of Washington to get anything done, here's you guys really doing something that's going to help people, and good for you for doing that. I'm curious how the effort to get to tomorrow when 988 does go live, on the other end of that phone, that sounds like a lot of hiring, finding a lot of the right people, counselors who can help people on the other end of the line. What does that group of experts and that group of counselors look like?
So it's an amazing group of professionals, many of them volunteers, but every one of them trained to deal with these situations. And we've had to really plus up the numbers because we expect a lot more people to use this service once everyone knows to just dial 988. So federal funding has increased 18-fold from last year to this year to meet the expected demand for this service. And if you call, your call will be routed to a local call center. You'll be directed to someone who's specific to your needs. So like if I called as a veteran, they're going to route me to veteran crisis counselors who really understand our particular experience. But you're also going to get, if your local call center is full, you're going to get rerouted to another call center so your call doesn't get dropped. Coordinating all that, putting that all into place has taken a long time. We actually passed this bill 2 years ago, so it's been a lot of behind the scenes work to get to this exciting moment.
All right, Congressman Seth Moulton, thank you. Seriously, thank you so much for doing this. It's going to help so many people. We appreciate your coming on the show this morning.
Thank you.